Hey, what's up, guys? It's me, DisBearity, and today the Tokyo Game Show happened, and they showcased some Warhammer 40K Dawn of War 4 gameplay, and also the devs came out and talked to us about what's going on. So I'm excited to go ahead, and look at this video and react to it. Just this is my first time ever seeing this because I had things to do today, so I wasn't able to catch it. So, if you guys are like me and love Warhammer, definitely, as always, consider liking and subscribing if you're new to this channel. Now let's go ahead and head on into it. Cronus burns again. Whose banner will rise?
Today, the enemy shall know
The
fear.
graphics look fantastic. So if this is in game, of course, work in progress in game, it looks freaking fantastic. And this right now,
Power source.
where we're at right now, right? It reminds me of a mix, of course, of Iron Harvest, but also Command and Conquer in terms of like kind of like units, but except instead of single units, they're in a group. Especially like when I was looking at those vehicles pass like that. Yeah. Oh yeah. So as you see here, it's still requisition, also still energy, and you have of course a unit pot.
Priest leader sighted.
I know I'm gonna be pausing a lot, guys. Expect that. Really, you gotta expect it. So seeing the Adeptus Mechanicus in their first like debut like this is pretty crazy. I roll my eyes at works, by the way. Just saying.
Vehicle engaging. We shall know no
Nice.
fear.
The Necrons. And so, if I recall, this game's supposed to have 70 campaign missions, and I feel like if they're gonna have 74 factions, what is that? What is that? So each, what do you call it? Each campaign or faction's gonna have what? About 16 to 17 missions per? I can see it. I feel it. I just hope they're very unique.
Lock shields. For the Emperor.
Back to war, baby. Oh, that looks good. Woo. Got me thirsting already. It really did got me thirsty though. Crafting Dawn of War 4. Let's go.
I mean, the first big decision, of course, was what are we aiming for, right? Do we try to do a Dawn of War 1 or a Dawn of War 2 or a mix of the both? Because, we like both of them.
I feel like a
but
mix
in the
is
end,
great.
We said no, let's really go with Dawn of War 1. That's our guiding star.
There were three
Okay, I
major
feel
things
it.
that we were looking to preserve building Dawn of War 4. First off, we wanted to double down and push forward on sync kills. So not only just having synchronized animations between units killing each other, but also synchronized melee combat through our combat director system.
And keep in mind, like them going back to the Dawn of War 1 basically gameplay is actually fine. And that is because, Dawn of War 3 put a bad taste in a lot of people's mouths. And, it was a different experience. I will say that, but it wasn't a great, Dawn of War game. It's like, it's one of those things where don't fix it's not broken. Dawn of War 2 was fine. Dawn of War 1 was fine. Number 2 was fine. It's just now you don't have to innovate, but, they tried to catch a different type of gravy train, right?
We talked to a lot of people, what do you remember from Dawn of War 1 or what, made Dawn of War 1 for you? And everybody was excited about sync kills, right? Because that was just something that everybody remembered. And so we said, okay, we definitely want sync kills in the game, but could we
Those were
maybe
cool.
even make it, more spectacular or something that, 20 years later is super cool. And so we came up with a new system.
Okay.
I think when you do like a new version or reinterpretation of a classic game, the challenge is always that you're not trying to recreate the old game, but you try to recreate the feeling that people had when they played the old game, right? So what you basically want to do is you look at the old game, you ask yourself, okay, how did this work?
That's
and
true.
How did this
Very
make
true.
us feel, and how can we do this 20 years later?
We also wanted to bring back base building as well as large-scale armies and engagements.
There are so many cool factions and so many cool stories you could choose from. And we basically ended up picking the factions we picked because we felt if we do like a new version or like a evolution of Dawn of War 1, you need the Blood Ravens and you need the Orcs. That is just a given.
Yeah, yeah.
We worked closely together with Games Workshop to make sure that we got the feel and the look of all factions right. We knew right from the jump that we wanted to make.
Now, keep this in mind, though. If this game is successful, which I hope it is, this is a easy gravy train. Think of it like Total War Warhammer, right? In terms of fantasy. You saw how easily they've done it with fantasy, right? So if this game is successful and it goes on to be very well, we can see Chaos, we can see the Eldar, we can see the Tyranids. Now that's again, I just hope that the game people will constantly play this game. The game launches perfectly, or at least near perfect. That's what we need to be hopeful.
True to the universe and to the factions.
We thought about adding the Necrons.
And also the Imperial Guard, too. Keep that in mind. But let's not forget the Imperial Guard.
3 and never came, so it felt like a nice touch to find.
Because that was my issue with Dawn of War 3. It's like you had a lot of factions, and then they were, all those factions were reduced in Dawn of War 3,
And there are not that many. Adeptus Mechanicus is definitely like a big and important faction in the 40k universe, and they were never part of the Dawn of War, and so we felt that's a good opportunity to have something new for everyone.
A couple of things that we knew we wanted to bring back were things such as unit upgrades and so on, such as assault intercessors that you just saw with jump packs, as well as hero units.
Okay.
Not making them too powerful, but definitely still significant for a player's army.
That's good too, because a hero unit can change, the way how the battle feels and whatnot. And that's something that I really did like, especially in Dawn of War 2. So I'm glad that they're bringing that back, because that's a unique experience, because it tells you that you have to micro or manage those hero units, because those units can turn in tide of battle.
We also wanted to bring back 4 different factions, essentially, each with their own gameplay mechanics.
We somehow have to get this.
And you can kind of already see the skeleton forming, the skeletons for the Tyranids, by the way, through the Necrons a little bit.
But make it like a new version or our version. And then there might be some things, that maybe are not.
Because this is definitely a day one pickup for me.
Feel,
no joke.
Out of place 20 years later, and those are the things we said, okay, let's not keep.
I think this is the one game I will stick to like hella multiplayer, other than Age of Empires 4.
Not recreating a game that was great 20 years ago.
Nah, so it was pretty short, but going back at it, right? Let's look at some crucial points here. So coming back here, the Adeptus Mechanicus looks phenomenal, very unique. So I wonder how they're gonna be playing out. Are they gonna be like a hit and run faction? Are they going to be a a turtling faction? What kind of gameplay are they going to go for? Because it's similar to like let's say the Imperial Guard. The Imperial Guard was like a weak faction, except it's like one of those factions where you have to surround your opponent in order to defeat them, kind of thing, right? So I wonder how they're going to play out. Now, looking at the Necrons here, Necrons to me seem like they're that kind of faction that's like a swarm, right? I guess you could say like a brute force kind of swarm faction. So that looks like that's going to be pretty unique for them. Now, of course, I will say the Space Marines are probably going to end up being that all-around faction for now, and then maybe Orcs are probably going to be a little bit more, I guess you could say, upfront brute force as well. So I'm excited to see what they're gonna, what chances they're gonna make. Now, again, what really got me excited though are those hero units though. Those hero units, game changer, So I wonder if you're able to upgrade a normal unit into a hero unit, or if you're just gonna have, certain named units that you can bring into the battle. But also, vehicle combat looks phenomenal. They actually nailed down vehicle combat that's what it feels like. Especially from their time with Iron Harvest. I think that's a good, kind of thing. Like Iron Harvest felt like a blueprint for something. I'm gonna keep it a buck with you. A lot of people compared it to Coming Heroes and stuff like that, which is fine, but it felt like a blueprint. Maybe they always wanted to make a Dawn of War game, but you know what? Games Workshop was probably like, hey, I need proof that you can make a decent RTS game or something like that sort, right? And they're like, KingArt was like, okay, you know what? We got you. And so that's what they did with Iron Harvest. And Iron Harvest wasn't a bad game. Keep that in mind. Like, once again, I've done a lot of multiplayer in that game. And yeah, the sync kills look great. I will have to say that too. The sync kills look phenomenal. See, like this
building
guy,
Dawn
like
of
he
War
says here,
4.
Elliot. There you go.
First off, we wanted to double down and push forward on sync kills. So not only just having
Like just seeing that
animations
happen,
between units killing
it's
each other,
pretty
but
insane.
also
Now my
synchronized
question is though,
melee
does that
combat
happen
through a
like
combat director
a
system.
grip wise, or you know when
We talked to
the
a
unit's
lot of
about to
people,
die, basically,
what
you
do
know?
you remember from Dawn of War 1?
That's what
or
that's what I
you
want to
know,
question.
made Dawn of War 1,
Like
Dawn of War
again, like I said, this game is looking great, and I'm freaking excited for it. Like that ass. I mean, you can't really tell about my excitement, but you know it's there. Like
Four
just
different
seeing this
factions,
here
actually, each with their own
looks great.
gameplay mechanics.
I just hope
We
that
somehow
also
have to get this stuff back in the game.
unit
but
clarity
make
too.
it
I hope that
like,
you know
a new
it's not
version
all
of
just
our
special
version.
effects. You
And
know,
then
I
there
just
might
hope
be
that
some things,
I
know,
can
that,
easily see these
maybe are
vehicles and
not,
stuff while in battle.
IP
They're probably gonna be like a
conforming
highlight
anymore,
unit
that
option too. That's
feel,
gonna help out
out
too.
of
But
place 20
have to
years
wait and see.
later, and those are
But
the
you know what
things
though?
we said, okay,
Like I said,
let's not keep.
they did a phenomenal job with Dawn of War 4, and I'm glad that you know I was finally able to catch up and see what they're doing with this game. Now, I want you guys to let me know what y'all think in the comment section below about Dawn of War 4, because are y'all ready for it? Are y'all excited for it? What are your concerns? Let me know, y'all. Thank you guys for watching this video. Peace out. You guys have a good one. If you guys enjoyed this video, please leave a like and also hit the bell notification down below. Thanks for watching.